Good afternoon and welcome to the Elliott Wave Forex Market Analysis webinar for week 3 to 9 March. Hope you all had a wonderful week. There were some good market moves and we made some money in the week. We're looking forward to a great week ahead as well. I'm very excited and chuffed up. I still get excited about the market and how this wave analysis works. It's just so accurate. If you go watch last week's video, you'll see over about 90 to 95% accuracy of all the trades that we analyzed. So if you'd watched last week's webinar, you should have made a lot of money. Yeah, you should have made quite a bit of money. So it's nice. It's nice because now you can just go to the pairs that you are interested in, go click on any pair and see the analysis and compare it with how the market played out in the week. So go to the Sunday webinar, click on those pairs. So all the pairs are time stamped. Go click on the pair that you're interested in. It will take you right where the analysis starts. That makes it easy. I mean, the video this analysis is about 1.5 hours. So you don't want to go through all 1.5 hours because you don't trade everything. Some only trade cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that. So you can just go to the specific pairs that you're interested in, and it's very easy to navigate. I was actually watching last week's webinar this morning, and I was just amazed with some of the setups that have played out. You know, I was only looking at the ones that I was not trading, and it was just so amazing how everything just plays out. So this wave analysis actually works. Okay? Right, so let's start with a bit of a recap with some of last week's trades. So I'm going to open some of the trades that have been posted here, that we posted in our group. This one was actually not taken last week. It was taken a couple of days ago. It was on the 26th of Jan. This is EUR CAD. This is a very interesting pair because most of the people who use just trend lines and the structures, wedges and all that, you would have thought this is a wedge and this was going to break down. But because you have a sequence and the wave count, and recently we've added a very interesting indicator in our analysis, which makes it very accurate for entries and the ending and the starting of the cycles. So this indicator makes it very easy for us to enter. So you can see here, I've entered here at this point, and the stop loss was only about 60 pips. So you see a 60 pip stop for, you will see now. Okay, so this is after the trade is confirmed. It's now in play. This is still the same trade. Took it there, it is now in play, about 50 pips in profit. And voila, all of that 500 pips for a 60 pip stop. 500 pips for a 60 pip stop. What kind of what risk reward ratio is that? Over 1 to 8. Very good risk to reward ratio. This kind of trades gives you back all your losses if you have any. All right, so this was a very good one. So this one happens when you know what you're doing. So that was EUR CAD. So another one was Euro New Zealand, has not reached the target yet. So you can see Euro New Zealand there. So this is after it broke out of this channel then. Okay, obviously there's waves that we were counting there. So I was actually a little upset with my group members because they did not see this when it started doing this, because we could have taken it here, but it's okay. So when we missed it there, we got it there. And after that, you can see we got 200 pips. So this was the correction that we were looking for. This is where we were. So we actually said this was going to retrace sharply. We knew that it was going to retrace sharply. That's how the V pattern works. Okay. V pattern is our proprietary pattern that we've identified in our group. And lastly, on the ones that I posted only on our group, I'm gonna go to the ones that we posted on that I posted on TradingView. This was AUD New Zealand. So this one we didn't actually take because it went. I wanted it to come down first before it goes up. So you can just go check this one on your chart. So what this one did was correct and then went up just halfway, and then we are currently here with this one. So it's looking like this. So just go check on your charts. You'll see that we are here. So it didn't go all the way. So about 60 pips up. So obviously, if a trade was in 60 pips profit, you're not gonna let it take you out on a loss. So you take it on break even. Okay. So that was out in New Zealand, very interesting. So now let's go to the charts that I've posted on TradingView. Posted 5 charts in the week. And of the 5 charts, 4 of them played out. Actually, 3 played out, 1 did not, and 1 is still in profit. So let's go through them. So the first one, was Pound Chief. So we love the pound in our group because the pound moves so fast and we got a very clear structure with the pound. So this is Pound Chief. We took it there. So you can see that it broke down, went down, gives us a 3-wave pullback. That's okay because when you take it on a flag, we put a stop loss just above the flag. You can see it went all the way down, and kept giving 3 waves pullbacks. Let me draw this one cleanly. So you can see the 3 waves pullbacks, 3-wave pullbacks. Right, so now looks like we're gonna reverse a bit and get another 3 waves pullback. Right, so you look to buy when it does that. So that was Pound Chief, and another one was Pound US Dollar. This one, within an hour of posting it, just went and hit profit. And some more. You can see profit, pullback, kept giving flex to re-enter. So you can see that one played out really well. That was pound, and then there was Pound JPY. Let's look at Pound JPY. Pound JPY. Also a very nice trade, painless. One of those painless trades. A trade that does not linger around in the stop loss area. It just stays in profit all the time. So you see here, it just kept going. 3 waves pullback, similar to Pound Chief. 3-wave pullback showing that you're still buying. You're still selling. And now we've got this impulsive move up. So we just need to see if this impulsive move up is going to give us a correction for a move like this, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, and this one, lastly, is Euro Pound. So this one I actually posted on my Telegram group, the free one. This one is not done yet; it's still in play. It's on the 240. And this is not a small move, by the way. This is already 130 pips in profit. Target is still there, so we're still another 100 pips profit away. So you don't just go and jump in here because you did not get it in here. Okay, right. So this is a very nice trade to take. And these trades that I'm posting now, go and click on last week's analysis. You'll see that this is exactly how we analyze them. This is how we anticipated the entries and the exits. That's how accurate wave analysis is. And lastly, Pound CAD, that's the one that did not go. Obviously, we don't get everything right. But when we don't get it right, we need to understand why. So let's play this one and understand why we didn't get this one right. You remember that I had a long-term trade here on Pound CAD for the longest time. Looking to take the top. I'll show you the top when we go to the live charts, the current chart. So here we had a 1, 2, 3 pull back there. So I actually thought this was the last impulse up, and we are now getting the start of the impulse and the correction. So we started an impulse. So I thought this was going to be the correction, and then we're going to go down. But obviously, this was not not the right personality of the wave. So what is actually happening? What was actually happening was that we were getting 1, 2, 3 wave pullback. See, so what do we want? We want this, and it's still missing the 170, 180 area which we've been looking at. I thought it was close enough for a reversal. So clearly we still need to go touch the 180. I'll show you when we do the pound pairs why we still need one more up. Okay, so I thought that was the end here, but obviously not. But who worries about one trade when you've got all of those in profits? You can go count on the number of pips that those trades made in just that week. Okay, right. So now let's start. Only just one in the Telegram group, but these ones that you can see here on TradingView, if you follow me on TradingView, you get a notification when I post them. I don't post as often, but I posted quite a couple of this week. So if you follow me on TradingView, when I post these charts, you will get a notification and you can check it out. If I update any of it, you'll get a notification as well. All right, so the only one I posted on the Telegram channel was Euro Pound. Okay, let's get started with market analysis. Before that, the next course is starting tomorrow. If you're still interested, you can still join us tomorrow for tomorrow's course. Very interesting course, and we've added some very interesting stuff on the course. I'm getting only good feedbacks for the course. So the moment you join, I send you the videos for the previous course. So even if you're not attending from tomorrow, anytime you want to join the course, you can join, because you've got videos for the previous course that you can start working on. So even if you're not interested in taking the course tomorrow or anytime soon, just send me an email so that you can see the information of what we cover in the course. Very interesting stuff. So you can just send an email or contact me as per my other contact details, Telegram, WhatsApp, just so you can get the information. All right, so let's start with our correlation. I've updated this correlation between Euro US dollar and the dollar index. Okay, so don't forget the timestamps on the description, so you don't have to watch everything. You just click on the pairs that you're interested in. So Euro US dollar. Euro US dollar is a very interesting pair. So if you can see here, the correlation between Euro US dollar and the dollar index. Previously, if you look at my charts, this was my wave 5. And I was looking for this as a wave 4. But instead now I've changed the bias. I'm looking at the alternative count, which is now, this will be an ABC move or a WXY move, because this is all 3 waves. So 3 waves. Why is it a WXY? Because you can see clearly that we've got 3 waves in here within this one. We've got 1, 2, 3 waves within this one. We've got 1, 2, 3 waves within this one. So this is a WXY move, which is giving you a B wave. So we know a B wave is a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3. Similarly, 1, 2, 3. But this time it's no longer wave 5. Why did I discount to wave 5? Because for your wave 5 to be valid, you need to have, your indicator must be diverging here between 3 and 5. Right? So now it's an A, right? So it used to be a 3. We're looking at this as a 3, and there's a 5. 3, 4, 5, right? So we're not longer looking at this because there's no divergence. If you pull up your MACD, you'll see that there's no divergence there. Okay? So this is why we are looking at this now as an ABC move. Okay, so I'm going now to the Euro US dollar. I'm not going to look at the dollar index again, because as you can see everything is correlated to the pip. So I'm doing clean it up a bit. Everything is correlated to the pip. You can see there, the wave 5 on Euro US dollar, wave 5, but in the opposite. So it's inversely correlated. You see there, wave B, and then we start the internal one. Okay, so where are we now? We are here today. We are here. So when we do the current chart, the current price, I'll show you where we were last week and what the analysis was. Okay, so this is where we are today. So we can see we've got a nice 1, 2, 3 regular flat. Now we're going up. We are looking for a correction. We are going to start riding this trend to a red wave 5. Okay, so it's going to get clearer when we look at Euro US dollar alone. So let's look at Euro US dollar alone. Okay, let me go first to the daily so you can see where we're coming from. Okay. Euro US dollar. So I'm just looking at this string. So you can see here we've got 1, we've got 2. We now have 3, we got 4, we got 5. After that, we're looking at this as a correction, A, B, C, or WXY, depending on the makeup. So now internally, we are starting another 1. As you can see, we are starting this one. 1, 2, we got 3 now, we get 4. That is why we are looking for this to go up. We're looking to go to wave 5. Okay, I usually spend a bit more time on Euro US dollar because it's one of the most traded pairs. Right, so we're looking for that move now. Okay, so let me go to the 4-hour now. We're just gonna focus now on the wave 4. So remember, what is happening now is the inverse of what is happening on the dollar index. Okay. So now let's look at this. Where were we last week? Last week, I said 2 things. We're going to discuss what we said and what we're going to look at going forward. I said 1, 2, 3, as you can see. And I said, you've got another 1, but you don't see this spike down. And that's giving you a 1, 2, another 3. Then you've got a 1, you've got a 2, you've got a 3 now. Okay, obviously this was before this move played out last week. So when you have this, remember I don't know if it was last week or the week before where I said you've got a flat correction that is just 3, 3, 3. For those of you that have attempted to study the Elliott Wave theory, you know a flat correction is something like this: a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the one that you've studied. But what you don't know is that you can have 1, 2, 3. Where should I draw it? So you can. I'm going to draw it here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, where this is only just a zigzag, another zigzag, another zigzag in combination. This is one single flat correction. Impulse, correction, impulse. But this one it's a single impulsive correction. It's a single regular flat correction, sorry. Right, so similarly here, impulse, correction, impulse. Simple. Look at the structure. Simple. Okay. Obviously, it's simple for me because I do this every single day. So I'm going to clean up and we can carry on with the analysis here. Okay, so you see where we're coming from with that. So last week, we actually wanted to take it here because we thought this was starting at 1 and 2, and then we're going to go up. But either way, we could see when it moved down that we're just getting a flat correction. So last week we wanted to take it here, we got about 50 pips, and then it takes us out on break even, and now it dropped here. When it dropped here, this is what I was looking for. This is what gets support and resistance traders now, because you're gonna say this is a significant level. That's what they say, right? It's a major area. Demand, I mean, now it has broken the demand level. You're now looking to sell. Look, it breaks and then it comes back. That's because it's completing a pattern. That's how we trade. Yes, it's a 333 tooks, the one that I was talking about. Okay, so you see the difference. What are we looking for in the week ahead? We're already long in this pair. We are looking for a correction, and then we're gonna start riding the trend. We're gonna start riding the trend. Okay, that's what we're looking for going forward. That's Euro US dollar. So gold, I'm gonna do gold next now. So gold, look at how interesting the market is. And if you've got an eye for the market, look at this 1. You've got 2, 3 there. Look at this here. It's repeating exactly what it has done before. Fractals, look at this. This is what excites me about the market. Look at this. You see the market has just repeated itself. And also look, it's not just the structure that is repeating itself. Even the time it takes for it to complete the structure is exactly the same. Look at this here. How long does it take? Look at this here. How long does it take? Exactly the same amount of time. Fractals. So if you've got something like that, what happened after the move down, the 1, 2, 3 wave down? You get an impulsive move up. What are we anticipating here? An impulsive move up. It's already started. What are we looking for now? See what happens when you know what you're doing. When you know what you're doing, you make money and you trade with confidence. Okay? Look at that. Okay, so we're looking for a correction. If you have not entered yet, we're already long. We're already long. All these moves were this bottom here were actually playing out while we were having our live mentorship on Thursday night. Okay. And we were also chuffed with how the market always plays out. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at that as a regular flat, bigger structure. Just show you a bigger structure. So bigger structure, if you remember, we're still looking for this SA 1, 2, 3. Now this is A1, 2, 3. So now we're looking for A1, 2, 3, similar to this one. Because here what you have is 1, 2, 3. So we'll be looking for that 1, 2, 3 to start coming down. But not yet. So we know it's going to come down at some point, but not yet. We're still bullish now. Okay? Look at that. That's what we're looking at. So if you look at this structure, you'll see that we've got an impulsive move to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is your A, this is your B, this is your C. This will be your C going this way. Let's just give ourselves some more space. Very interesting, this market. Okay? It still excites me even today, the way it's so accurate wave analysis. Okay? So that's what we're going to be looking at on gold. Look for a correction on that regular flat for a move up. We're already long on both. Okay, that's gold. So next, New Zealand. Let's do New Zealand and AUD because they're all so interesting. Exactly the same thing. You see the same structure? Same structure. Okay, looks like my mouse is frozen. Let me just refresh this quickly. Won't take long. That's New Zealand US dollars. Let's do that, New Zealand US dollar. I'm going to take off the dollar index here. All right, so let's look at New Zealand US dollar. Right, so you can see we've got the exact same structure. Correlation. Look at that. I want to yellow. It's New Zealand US dollar 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You don't see this one because it happened with a spike, right? 1, 2, 3. Look at that, how the market repeats itself. Nice regular flat. Nice regular flat. What are we doing now? We've now started the move up. So this one may still spend a bit of time here before it goes. Okay? But we're still bullish on this one as well. So same thing, look for a correction here. So we've got an impulsive move down here, so it may do this before it starts going up, or even this first before it goes. So we need to watch and wait for this correction to build. Okay, so we know when the correction is done, when to enter. So that's New Zealand. Not only that, but you will see that we've got also a similar sequence that you have on Euro US dollar. So you can see here we've got 1, we've got 2. Okay, that's your 3, that's your 4, wave 4 now that we're building here. 1, 2, it's a whole impulse, 3, 4. Now we want that one, that wave 5 to the upside. Okay, exactly the same. That's New Zealand, AUD. AUD, there's a very nice trade that's starting to play out. So AUD, okay, let's look at AUD. I'm just looking at the last pieces now. The last piece is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 now. Let's do this. So you would typically want this to be almost equal to that, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so if this is all the zigzag that we're looking for, then we've got an impulsive move and a correction here. If you look on the 4 hour, let's go 1 hour. There's a textbook flat playing out there. So we've got that move down first. You can see this one is not making a regular flat like the others. And then we've got a 1, 2, a 3 there. And now we are making this one here. 1, 2, 3. So after this one, we are now making a 1. We are making this flag. So a break of this flag in the next session, you take that straight. First stop here. Why there? Because that may give you another 1, 2, 3. And you'll see that you'll have a 3, you get a 3, you get a 3, and that will give you a flat correction. Maybe it will give you a move down before it goes up. But with the rest of the pairs, it will be going up. With the rest of the dollar pairs, US dollar pairs. Okay, so you've got this trade to the upside. Okay, so keep an eye. So the best, if you don't know waves, if you don't understand waves and how correction plays out and where to enter, you want to trade when this breaks out. If you just trade breakouts, stop there. That's your target. All right. That is AUD US dollar. Any other US dollar pair that I've missed? US dollar CAD. So I did a full analysis on US dollar CAD last week. Okay, let's go 4 hour. Maybe daily first. So you can see what's going on. So this is your big parabolic move that you had, and then we had a 1, we got a 2 here, and then we get a 3 there. So now we're starting this move to the upside. So what we're getting now here, we got a 1, 2, 3, got a 1, 2, 3. So now we need to see, we are right here at the critical level. 2 things. This can come down with a sharp impulse, or with 3 waves. If it's going to be a combination of corrections, it can come down with a sharp impulse, or. So you need to anticipate both possibilities so that if one changes, you know what to do. Because that's important when you trade. You need to anticipate market changes. So this can give you a 3-wave pullback and give you this 1, 2, 3. Okay, after this 1, 2, 3, then we'll update it next week. Okay, so that's what you're going to be looking at on US dollar CAD. Let me go to the 4 hour. So we just look at the structure, how it's playing out. I did a detailed analysis on this one last week. So you can go and watch the video. Just click on CAD. Everything done clearly. That's your move. First, remember the truncation. I'm not going to go through it again. You've got truncation there. Watch last week's video to understand what the truncation I'm talking about is here. So you'll see here, you only seeing the structures that I'm putting on. It's not that I don't label my charts. My charts are labeled to the almost to the 15-minute chart sometimes. So what do we have here? We've got a 1, a 2, a 3. We've got a 1, a 2, a 3. You can see XXY, ABC, and then this may give you this move to the downside. That may happen if that's going to be a flat correction. If this is going to be a flat correction, you're going to get an impulsive move down. So this is likely because we are now looking at all the US dollar pairs. You see here, this one has got the base as a US dollar pair, US dollar as the base. So this one may go down, while the others, the Euro, AUD, New Zealand, gold, go up. Okay, because this is inversely correlated. Okay, so that's what you're gonna be looking at. Otherwise, if that is not the case, look for a 3-wave pullback. Either way, you need to get a correction before you get that move up, and that will give you a 1, a 2. Let's do it cleanly. That will give you a 1, 2, 3-wave move. Clear like that. Okay, so we are right at the critical area now, and I don't want to go into the 1-hour chart so for the detailed labeling and all that. Just look at it. You'll see as I go lower and lower, you see more and more of the analysis. So look at another fractal after I've done the analysis on this one. So we had 1, 2, 3. With this one, I actually thought it was gonna start a move, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. But when we re-evaluated, we saw that this was still bullish. This was a 3-wave pullback. Look at exactly how this 3-wave pullback, exactly the same way. So I wanna take off this here so you can see. You see this spike? You see this spike? This is during news event. News event, wherever price moves during news events, it doesn't matter. The fact is, the price has traded in that area, so it is part of the structure. So you consider that. Even when you draw your trend lines, you consider this. You don't miss it out. So look at the fractal. 1, 2, 3, goes up. 1, 2, 3, it goes up. We got all of these pips in the week. Okay. After I showed you the detailed analysis, go watch last week video. All right. And then now we've got this. So if I go to the 30 minutes chart, those that are asking which time frame do I trade all the time frames from historical all the way to the 5-minute chart. You can even trade the 1-minute chart if you like. You can see here, all detailed. So here I did not label this, but you can see that we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, your 5 is going to be there. Actually, no, this is actually correct. So this may be a correction now. If this is a correction impulse, 1, 2, 3, correction, this will tell you that we are still bullish. Okay, so we need to see. We have already got this reversal now. We've got a reversal. If you get something like this can come down here. If it takes, you will see that you'll have a expanding flat. Breaks the top, breaks the bottom. Then we go. Okay, so CAD, you need to wait a bit for this to form. This will give you a direction. If you get this trade here, take it. Move your stop to break even when you get to this level. Because if it keeps going, then you're in good profits. That's US dollar CAD. And I think that covers all the US dollar pairs. I'm in South Africa, so we can't do the US dollar pairs and not do US dollar ZAR. Oh, yes. Thanks, Hasim. Actually, let me do US dollar Chief. I was going to miss that. Very interesting structure on US dollar Chief. Let's go higher time frame again. 4 hour. Thanks for that, Hasim. All right. So let's clean it up. So you will see on New Zealand, I had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up. Euro US dollar, I had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up. US dollar Swiss, I'm expecting a 1, 2, 3. I'm looking at this as a 4. Let me draw it cleanly. I get a little excited when the market, right? So this I'm looking at as expanding flat. As you can see, 1. So you see, life is not all about ABCs and XXYs. So when it's impulsive, we'll label it as impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to understand the rules. You need to know when to label what, and you need to understand the reversal area. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding flat. Now we're looking for this. Move to the downside. Your minimum target is this one. Obviously, we want to a 5 that way. So we are bearish US dollar. Okay, very interesting. All right, so let's look at this. If we go a little bit higher, so when you understand wave analysis, you trade with confidence, right? You don't apologize for your analysis. If you see anybody trading anything different, you stick to your buyers because you know what you're doing, right? So 1, 2, 3. So you see here we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I've just shown you on this side. Okay, this is still the 4, so we're still wanting this to come down. All right. US dollar ZAR. Okay. US dollar ZAR. What did I say last week? I said we are looking at this like this. So remember your parabolic move here that comes from right at the bottom. This was the 16th of this was the January 2016 when our president fired the finance minister. We got the final move up, capitulation. So after that, we've just been in this correction. If you look at it, if you just look at this. So now I'm looking at this as a impulsive, not an impulsive, it's a correction. You'll see that it's a correction and the pullback. And then I was anticipating a similar move to this one, but I showed you 2 options on this one. Another one is that this can do this. You see, if you remember, I said when we were here at 14, 15 rands that I'm looking for US dollar ZAR to go to around 11 rand area. Nobody could anticipate or fathom that the US dollar ZAR can actually get to 11 rand after spending so many years in those high levels. So what were we looking for? We were looking at this inside here. Let's just do it for you quickly. Internally, you see here we've got 3 waves inside. You've got 1, 2, 3 waves inside this one. 3 waves inside this one. So you may get 1, 2, 3 waves to come complete that. That's number 1. It does not have to be like that because you've got a number of corrective structures. So if you look at this, this will be a WXY in yellow, and that will take you to 9 rands or 9 ZAR. Okay, 9 ZAR. But it does not have to get to 1 ZAR, 9 ZAR if it does this. Let's get our eraser. Okay, and erase these as well. So you may get even this. 1, 2, 3. This will still be the same structure, but WX, and then your Y is this one. So you've got 1, 2, 3 waves in red, 1, 2, 3 waves correction, 1, 2, 3 waves in red. So I don't know which structure. The only thing that I don't know when I analyze is which structure it's gonna form. But I know if it's a 3-wave structure, I know when it gets here, it has to go up. Okay. And last week, what did we say? We said now we are starting to look like we are going up. We've got our V pattern playing out here. That's why we've got an impulsive move up. So let's go to the lower time frame and see this area here, 4 hours. Okay. So we go through these trades and we follow them every single day in our mentorship group. Right, so you can see here, we're already starting to make this structure enough. If I pull up my divergence, you'll see that we've got a very strong divergence. Let me put in my MACD. It's not on now. Let's put on the MACD. You'll see. MACD. See. Right. There we go. That's clear. So you'll see. Last week I said start looking for upside here. Look at how strong this divergence is. We're now above the line. So now, if I go into the 1 hour time frame, if I go into the 1 hour, what is the trade in the next week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to get a 1, 2, 3 pullback. So basically, you just need to get a correction for another move up, at least to this level, right? And then we'll take it from there. All right, so that's US dollar ZAR. Now let's do the yen pairs. Yen. What did I say last week? I said US dollar JPY. You're still bearish. We're looking for, let's go daily. We're looking for 104. The blue box magic. The group members know what the blue box magic is. It's right there, projected. That's the 104 area. We're looking for it to get to this area. So I said any pullback here will be a wave 4 because you've got here 1, 2, 3. You haven't got a similar pullback like this one. See, this one is deep. Right, so this we forecasted from last year already, over 8 months ago, around March when it made this pullback. We were already thinking that it must come down to 104. Why? Because of a simple one. You see there? Inside here, you've got 1, 2, 3. Over there, you've got 1, 2, 3. See a regular flat, an expanding flat within the regular flat, giving you A, B, C. But this one is ending with 5 waves. 1, 2, could be the 3, and this could be the last one that goes into the 104 area where we're looking at. And even when it gets to 104, we don't just buy because it got to 104. We wait for confirmation. But look at something else. Those who like advanced patterns, let's clear all that. You'll see that you've got 1, 2, 3 Gartley pattern, right? And it will be coming to this level. Let me just measure it with the retracement tool. What I have there is the expansion. Let me take it off. Stick it off. Your 7.8, look where your 7.8 is around 103. Even more confirmation. Okay, so this is actually this is a bet. So bet may come down, it may even move down a little bit lower to the 88. Okay, so let's do then the rest of the yen pairs. So yen, you still bearish. Any corrective structure that you get, sell it, but you need to be quick to get out now because we're starting to get to a critical area now. All right. So the rest of the yen pairs, I think that covers all the US dollar pairs. All right, so what have I been saying with the EUR JPY? I said this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, that's a 4. So this 4 may give you a pullback and come back down before it goes for a 5. Okay, but these 3 waves can even be like this. Can even be like this. So if we get a reversal here, we take it and see how far it takes us. Okay, as you can see, clear. My target is still the 150 area. This area here. But we don't just get there in the straight line. We need to get a correction for it to take us there. Okay, so if this becomes even bigger, correction, this will be a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Flat correction. I've shown this so many times. And after that, we're going to go for 200. That's the next 2 years, 3 years forecast. But we're only focusing here. So I'm expecting sideways here. Okay. Chief JPY. Chief JPY is a lot clearer than Euro. And there's a correlation between Chief and Euro JPY. So look at this one. This one is clear. 1, 2, 3. Now you're getting 1, 2, 3. We've now reached this level. You see, it touched here and reversed it right on the pip, not a pip more, to the pip, and it reversed. So now we're expecting a regular flat. So it touched here already. So now we're expecting to see signs of reversal. Are we having any signs of reversal? Let's look. 4 hour. We're starting to see signs of reversal. If we bring up the MACD, we haven't really got divergence, so we may still get a push lower. So it's starting to give us this pattern here, and it's making it in the lower time frame as well. So that pattern we know very well that it's a pattern that will take us up. All right, so for now, you need to keep an eye on it. Don't rush on it. Let's look at the 1 hour. You need to wait for it to get out of that pan channel. See here, actually on the 1 hour, it's clear, you've got clear divergence there. Okay, some call this a double bottom, but I only see a structure, an impulse and a pullback. Looks like this one touched, so this can start a 1. But in any case, we want to start a move from here. Okay, so this one is a lot clearer. When it breaks out of here, take this trade if it breaks out. Don't leave it. Maybe a big trade to the upside. Okay. Chief, that's Chief. Rest of the yen pairs, Audi. Audi has dropped significantly as well. Only thing now is to start looking for signs of reversal. Nothing's very clear at this stage. If it keeps doing this and the divergence keeps going up, then we're gonna start only buying it when it goes above this level. So these ones you want to stay away from for now. Okay. Last week we had, this is what we had last week. Where were we last week? We were here. We had these ones. We were looking for this correction for a move here, but it just reversed there. So it's not time yet. You need to get a clear impulse and a correction for us to say that it has reversed. Okay, so let's look at the bit of a higher time frame. Okay. So this one may be doing this, and this will be time for it to reverse for another move. Okay, 1, 2, 3, we're getting 3-wave pullback, so we may start getting that, but not yet. So leave this one out for now, unless you've got another strategy that's clearer. New Zealand, I wanted New Zealand to give us this 1, 2, 3, this 1, 2. I didn't expect that it was going to come down here. I wanted it to reverse there to give us this regular flat, but things have changed a little bit. Now we're getting this 1, 2, 3 here. So if we tag here, we may get another move to this level. So it just changes the structure a little bit. So every time structure change, this is just a pattern. You're just playing the puzzle, putting the pieces together. And when the market unfolds, it's putting those pieces and it's just comparing to what you've been forecasting. Okay? You're forecasting the right side of the chart. This is the right side of the chart, the blank chart. You don't know what's going on here. This is what separates traders from amateurs. Okay? So when you're able to focus beforehand and be able to anticipate changes, that's when you're starting to become a trader. Okay? So look for signs of reversal here if there's going to be a reversal. Otherwise, it may just do this, and then this whole thing will be a 1, 2, 3. But otherwise, let's let the market lead us. CAD will be similar. See, a CAD has actually made a 1, a 2. We may be going for maybe another 1 and another 1 coming to that level. So we need to see if we're going to get a pullback. There's no signs of any reversal here on CAD, right? So we're still bearish here. Any pullback, any up move here will just be a pullback, my opinion. So we'll see this one as it unfolds. So we want to stay away from these ones. Pound JPY, it's the one I posted in the week on TradingView, was available for everyone. This one is a clear. If you remember what we're looking at this as, I don't know why my analysis is like that now, but I think that was the old one. I'm going to put it off and show you what we're actually looking for here. Looking at here, we're looking at this as a it's an A, it's a B, and then we're looking at this as a diagonal. B, and then you have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, and then a 5. So it's going to be 1. Sorry, not like that, because you've got 3 waves. Your 1 can be in 3 waves, which is 1, 2, 3, 1. But this is too small to be a 2, 3. This could be a 4, but it does not look like that at this stage. So what I am looking at on Pound USD is that we've ended this up move, and now we're getting these 3 waves, sharp 3 waves. These are very sharp 3 waves. And if this is the sharp 3 waves, you need to get a sort of a shallow correction before you get another move up. Oh, sorry, down. So wait for a shallow correction. This may need to be, why did I change that? This will do this, 1, 2, 3, shallow correction. Then you still take it down, okay? That's Pound JPY. The rest of the pound pairs, Pound US dollar. So similar to all the pairs with the US dollar, we'll go 4 hour. As you can see here, we had 1, 2, 3. Similar to all the other pairs. You see here within, got 1, 2, 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves. 1, 2, 3 waves. Okay, giving you a WXY, simple. But this Y is a little bit short for me, so this may give you one more down before it starts going up. But you want to buy it when you're going to be late if you only buy it when it breaks out of this correction here. So you want to get it right at the bottom. So it looks like it wants to give you one more down. Let's just go to the 1 hour and see if we're getting one more down. But the 1 hour is showing upside actually. 1 hour is showing upside, so we already have the impulse. So this correction, you can see it's incomplete. Let me draw it for you. This correction is a little bit incomplete. What you have here, it starts with the 1, 2, 3 waves. Now we're getting 1, 2. It may come back for 1 before we actually start the move up. That is if it does not do this, because this usually happens. 3-wave pullback for a last move down before we go up. Okay, so anticipate both moves. First, anticipate this for up. Okay, if it starts reversing there, then you know that we need to get one more down. Okay. All right, so that's how pound is playing out. So we are bearish US dollar. That's pound chief. That's the one that we also traded in the week. Let's look at 4 hour. So pound chief looks like we've got this move here. We've got a 1, 2, 3. That's your 1, 2, 3 there. And a deeper correction and another 1, 2, 3. 2 corrections in combination. What do we anticipate now? We anticipate that maybe we're going to get a reversal here. Maybe this will come even here. Giving you 1, 2, 3 for a move down. But this looks a little bit too corrective. So this should be the last move up. So we should get an impulse here. We get an impulse. And then we see if it's going to take us all the way back. But if it's taking us all the way back, it must take us all the way back with a 3-wave move. Okay, and you'll see all the pound pairs have got a similar structure where they want to go and retest the top. Okay, so here you want to wait. I'm going to go for 1 hour. You want to wait for a corrective flag. Not very strong, this one. But if it gives you this move, correction like that, take the trade. Target here initially. If it breaks, then you're in a good trade. All right, that's pound chief. Pound CAD, that's the one that we traded. Also, that's what I was showing you just now. When we started the webinar, that this one was crawling up slowly. Okay, before we do that, let's show you why I was bullish and then why I was expecting that the bullish move would have ended. This is what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks every time we have the webinar. And we've been buying the pound CAD. We have been targeting this area here. Why? Because you've got a sharp move to the downside. You've got 1, 2, 3 correction. So we wanted it to come and take this top here. So when it reversed here, I thought, okay, a regular flat still retraces up to this level, still acceptable. But it looks like it wants to actually go and take. So when it takes here, I'm anticipating that we're going to start getting a move down. Okay? So this move, you must be careful. It does not have to be all the way down, because if this is one correction, it may give you another one. And this will be your first W. This will be your X, and then you're going to get another WX. But we don't anticipate that far ahead. We want to trade as the market gives us. Okay? So right now, the market is giving us this level. So even if you wanted to buy here, because on the 1 hour, there's a buy. There's a sort of a buy setup, but remember the target is very close now. So whatever buy you take, and you'll see this move was only on Friday, between Thursday and Friday. Okay, actually on Friday, because we got this move. We actually had a sell stop somewhere around here, just took the sell stop and reverse. That's what the market does sometimes. Okay. Then you've got this up move that looks impulsive and it's going in 5 waves. It's 1, it's 2. And internally you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it looks like you're getting a yellow 4. Correction for another move up. So this is the move that will go and take that small piece that is left. So if you get this move, my mouse is behaving. If you get this move, this corrective flag, it does not have to be a flag. It will be a corrective structure. When you get this one, you buy it, target that end of that wave A in the bigger structure. So you need to be careful when it gets to that level, because then you're going to get a reversal or a pullback. Okay, that's pound CAD. Pound CAD, pound AUD. So pound AUD. Pound AUD had this move. Look at this one here. You see here we've got a sharp move here. And all of this is just correcting this move, because this is right at the top. So we thought, last week, we thought that it was going to give us this correction 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to get that yellow going down. But as you can see, it did not go impulsively. So what it is doing now, it looks like it's doing this 1, 2, 3, and now we're getting another impulsive move up, down. It may correct, give you a regular flat, or whichever flat correction they want to build here, because it looks like it's building something. And then this will be a 1, this will be a 2, this will be a 3, this will be a regular flat. And if it gives you a regular flat, it means you are going to get another 3-wave move up. Right, so it looks a bit complicated. Go and watch it over and over again on the video. All right, so it's a simple impulse and impulse, 1, 2, 3, and then only then we're going to get the yellow move to the downside. But this time, because it has done this structure, we're not expecting that big bearish move to the downside. What are we now expecting? We expect that it will just do this and then do that. And if it does that, this simply means that this big yellow structure is a big regular flat, you see. And if it is a big regular flat, this is simply an A, B, and a C. Sideways correction. It's just going sideways, not going anywhere, just going sideways. Okay. So now, short term, 2 things. Look out for this. You see here, it has not touched this top yet. So this may do this. Come touch. At the bottom has not touched. Will come back and touch, and it will form this regular flat. You've got an impulse, you've got a correction, so it may then go and take that top. That's what you need to look at short term. That's on the 1 hour. Right, so that's pound AUD, pound New Zealand. If you understood anything about what I said about a truncated C wave, you will see that we've got a clear truncated C wave here as well. We've got a move right from the bottom. This is the main move, and then it starts correcting with an impulsive move down. So here we would have anticipated that we're going to get something like this, a 1, a 2, and then a 3. But look what happens. Exactly the same as US dollar CAD that I explained. It fails to break beyond the A. Truncates. There's no other explanation except for that. So from there, you get an impulsive move down. Now you're getting an up and getting it down. So we need to see if this is going to correct. Come give you this one, give you this one. So we're still going to have so much sideways on this one. On this one, before we actually get the move that we're looking for. Okay, so you've got 1, 2. This may even do this first before it comes down to this one. So I'm focusing so far ahead. So you can do this up to the infinite, up to infinite time frame. building up these structures because we know how the cycle works. So for now, we just focus where the cycle is. And the cycle is here on this impulse. The cycle is on the impulse. We're correcting. We're just going to target this initially. If it breaks here, we target this one. Okay? That's pound New Zealand. Not a very clean one to trade at this stage. Euro New Zealand, we are in this trade on this one. We are 120 pips up. So Euro New Zealand, that is your highest swing high. And that swing high starts with a 1, 2, 3 wave correction. And then here you've got a 1, 2, 3 wave correction. And so now we may be getting another 1, 2, 3 maybe before we go up. So that is why I took this trade here. I took this trade when it broke out of this one and it reversed there. That's why we took it targeting this area first, because when it gets to this area, it may do this. Let's clean it up so it can be clear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Regular flat. It may go up. But for now, we are here. We want to see what happens when it gets here. We may even trail this top here. We may even trail this one because we took it right at the bottom here. We took it when it broke out of here, retraced. So when it gets to this level, you can either trail it or take half the profits and see what happens, or let it come back down here. If it comes back down here, you don't want to take all that profit that you already have. We're already 120 pips up in profit. So it will be making this structure 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe this one. See how waves move. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, another 1, 2, 3 down. Okay, let's focus on where we are now. We are here. Let's see what happens when we get here. Okay, that's Euro New Zealand, Euro AUD. How amazing is the market? How amazing is the market? Look at how, if you look at the special webinar I do, just look into my channel, search for Euro AUD, special trade of the week. I did the full analysis on this, and when we got this trade here, we took the trade here, we got all of this move up. And when we got this move up, we could see that we're getting a clear 1, 2. No doubt about this 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're getting the 5. Okay, we waited for this to play out from the beginning of February. As you can see, these corrections took the whole month until we got this move. So you see, patience helps. Patience works. We need to be patient. We waited the whole month to get all of these pips here. Let's check how many pips that is, because you would have taken it here. 220 pips. But if you had been trading here, you'll just be losing money. And when it eventually goes and you give up, you lost money and you don't even take the big trade that actually should be saving your account. Okay, so look at this now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The fifth move starts like this: impulse, correction. Now you get the green in the lower degree. 1, 2, 3. Now you're in the 3 of the green. So you want this green to do this, and then the red will complete the move like this. Easy, huh? If you know what you're doing. 3, 4. Okay? That's how we look at this. We will be looking at this pair every single day in our mentorship group. Every single day we have this. Right. Yes, alternation, Mzamo. You know alternation, right? You're in our group, so let the rest of them just read it up for themselves. Euro pound, we are in this trade. 130 pips up. That's the one I showed in the beginning of the webinar. Euro pound. So the overall structure on Euro pound is this one. You've got an impulse down. You've got this structure that we were trading as a V pattern. Last week I said buy when it gets out of this. Go and click on Euro Pound. You'll see the rest of the analysis. We're looking for this target. Okay, we're looking for that target. That target will give us some kind of a regular flat. A 1, a 2, and a 3. Let me draw it cleanly. We've got an impulse. We've got 1. And then we're going to be looking for this one to come and take the top there. And all of this is a B wave, as you can see there. Very easy to trade. So if this has broken down here, we'll expect this to come a little bit up here. But I'm targeting only the regular flat here. Right? Don't want to be greedy. If I get it here, I'm out. Okay, that's Euro AUD. So we are in this trade. Anybody who wants to ride on this one is a bit too late. You need to wait for a correction. But remember, we are close to the target. So you don't want to rush in. You want to wait for another setup. So that's all the euros. So let's look at some of the CAD pairs. Very interesting. My favorite pair, those of you who've been watching these videos for a while know that this is my favorite pair because it's not obvious. Okay, I think I got the right term to use other than complicated. It's not complicated, it's just not obvious. Okay, let's get this one cleaned up a bit. So you've got this big regular flat here in the middle. Actually a running flat. Running flat like that. And if you look at this, you've got here, that's your whole swing to swing high. And after that, you get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, W, X, typical running flat that gives you 3, 3, 3s. So that 3, 3 flat correction that I was talking about does not only happen on a regular, you can find it on an expanding, on a running, and on a, which one else? The third one. Okay. So now we've got all of these move up, but look at something interesting that I said last week. Last week, I'm going to go lower time frame. Let's clear this. Last week, what did I say when you looked at this candle? Let me cut this here. I want a bar replay and cut this piece here. Last week on Sunday, this is what the chart looked like. What would candle traders say when you get like this, something like this? They'll tell you, oh, you've got a bearish engulfing candle. Now you're going down. Now you start selling because you're looking at candles. That's not the way to trade. You don't trade candles. Okay, you trade structures. Look what happened after your bearish, your bullish candle. I'm going to play it now. The 7 days that played out after this one, 5 days after that played out. What's happening to your bullish engulfing? What's happening to your bullish engulfing candle? Are we going up? Are we going down? It's exactly what I said. I said this does not mean anything. The structure is telling you upside. Okay? Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean, why didn't you go down? Because you had a bearish engulfing candle. Instead, the price is going up. Okay? That's because you don't trade candles, you trade structures. Okay? And the structure here is telling us that we are long-term bullish on New Zealand CAD, and I've been saying that for a couple of weeks. So every time you get a correction on this New Zealand CAD, AUD CAD, keep buying those. They are long-term bullish. Okay? Right, so let's look closer. 4 hours. Okay, so what this actually did, which you don't see, is that it made a 3-wave pullback, a very sharp 3-wave pullback. And after that, it made a sharp impulsive move up. And on Friday, we got all of this. Between Thursday and Friday, we got all of this move to the upside. Now it's making a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like the 5. So this could come take the air, come back down. So even if it comes back down, we are still bullish. We know that it's just making a correction. That will be making this regular flat. Okay? So learn the structures. This candle stuff is nonsensical. All right, that's what we're going to be looking at. So right now, it looks like you've got something like this. That's New Zealand CAD. You're getting this looking like a correction. It may come back here. So you may still be bullish. So this will be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So looks like you're going to get a drop here when it takes the top for a wave 4 and then a 5. So every time you get structures like this on this pair, don't leave it. It goes slow, frustrating. You need to take it and forget about it. You can see it goes slow. It doesn't go impulsively like the rest, but it's on an pulsing move. This is a pulsing move. Okay, so that's New Zealand CAD, AUD CAD, similar. AUD CAD. Okay, let's go higher time frame, see what we're looking at here, 4 hour. So AUD CAD as well, you've got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you're getting a 1, 2, possibly a 3-wave pullback before we get a move up. But it does not have to pull back because this could be all the pullback that it needs. Okay, but I would not be surprised when we get to this level and we are at a critical level now. You can see that it has just touched now. And so we need to see what happens here. We'll let the market lead us. If it starts correcting here like that, then this level doesn't mean anything. Okay, but if we get an impulsive move down here and it corrects, we're coming back down here. Or not even down there, it may even just start correcting, and it will still be giving us a bullish move. So every correction on AUD CAD, New Zealand CAD, especially New Zealand CAD, rather trade New Zealand CAD than AUD CAD. Okay, you're looking upside. Silver, before we do silver, let's do CAD CHF. CAD CHF, let's go daily. We are looking for this on CAD CHF. Advanced pattern traders, we don't just trade advanced patterns alone. We know we've got a count for that. We're looking for it on the 88 because this is a bad pattern. So look out for signs of reversal when it gets to the 88 area. We are very close now, just a few pips from the 88 area. Okay, so I'm gonna clear that and see if we're getting any sort of divergence. Right. Yes, we are getting some divergence. We're starting to get some divergence. So let's keep an eye on that one for a reversal. All right, that's AUD CAD, CAD CHF, AUD New Zealand. That's the one we also traded, but it did not go all the way. Let's switch everything off there. You can see AUD CAD had a very nice clear structure, expanding flat there in the middle, giving you a 1, 2, 3. Question is whether this is done now. So this can still be this in the lower degree, come back down. But this is a correction. This is not a move down. So you may still get a move to the upside here. Either a move to the upside or a 3-wave pullback for another move to the downside. But I'm more inclined for upside here first. Excuse me. So that's what you need to wait a bit and see how this one plays out here. All right, so New Zealand CHF. I think I missed Euro CHF. So New Zealand CHF. You've got this regular flat here. Okay, you've got an impulsive move here. So you need to see, we've got a pulsing move down here. So we need to see if this will give us this for a move down. Okay, or if it's just going to come to this level. So we need to keep an eye on this one. So this one does not really have, I cannot really see a trade here at this stage. So you can stay away from this one. Euro CHF, last week it did not have a clear structure, but this week it's nice and clear. Right, so if you remember, similar to Pound CHF, we had this crawling move, ending diagonal there. But now it has made this move here. You can see here we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, and now we're getting a 1, 2, 3. So this move can be maybe short, or it can be long. So you don't want to miss this if it's gonna break up here, correct, and make another three-wave structure giving you a WXY. So even if you're anticipating a short move here, because this structure is so clear for upside, you want to take this when it breaks out of this correction. All right, because it may go and retest that top again before it comes down, and we can actually continue that move. But if it does not retest that top, and we just end up with this three-wave pullback, then this will carry on with the move. And this is quite a likely move to the downside. Okay. I think I've covered all the Forex pairs that we wanted to look at. I'm going to look at oil. If there's any pair that I missed that you feel you want us to look at, please type it on this chat box. Right, so oil, as always, I've shown this structure for the longest time now. You've got an impulsive move, three-wave impulsive move, a correction in three waves. It's actually 1, 2, 3, and we've been okay. I'm not really trading oil, so I've been saying if you're interested in trading oil, keep buying these pullbacks, and eventually you can see it made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're getting an A, you're getting a B pullback. That's why you're getting this move down. See, textbook stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't usually see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, but when we see them, we label them as such. Now we're getting an A, we're getting a B. Mouse misbehaving, getting a B on oil. So what should you look for on oil? Let's go 4 hour. So your B looks like it has already completed. This is your B, your three-wave B move. Now you're getting this move down. You need to see if you're gonna get a correction here. Because if you do get a correction, then it's gonna take you to this move, to this level here. Okay, so and if it takes you to that level, it may come back for one more before it goes down, giving a regular flat, or this could be all the correction that it is required for this one, and it can do this, which is a 1, 2, 3, which is still an A, B, C, A, B, C after that impulsive move up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Textbook stuff. That's how we trade. Okay, that's oil. Let's do silver and do cryptocurrencies. Oh, silver. Oh, Euro CAD. How can I forget Euro CAD? Let's do Euro CAD. Euro CAD. All right, so Euro CAD, let's go daily. Show you why I've been long Euro CAD. Gold is already done, John. You can watch the video. You can watch the video. We've already done gold with US dollar pairs. All right, so Euro CAD, why have I been buying Euro CAD? It's because we've got this swing low to swing high, three-wave pullback, three-wave move up. Now we're getting 1, we're getting 1, we're getting 2, we're getting 3, we're getting 1, we're getting 2, we're getting 3. Excuse me. So that's why I've been saying I am bullish US dollar CAD up to that level. Okay? Why? Because it may get to that level and give me a correction like that. So as much as this move is impulsive, this needs to be impulsive as well. Either impulsive or 3 waves. Then we get a 3, 3, 3 correction, flat correction. So this is why I bought Euro CAD here. Where did we buy it? Let's just go. You saw it in the beginning of the webinar. We bought it here. And another interesting thing about understanding the trend, when you understand the trend, you will see here, I'll show you here, you will see that it went 500 pips up. This is 500 pips up to the level where I bought it here. I bought it here. But can you see that I missed 500 pips? Actually 600 pips. But it doesn't matter because I missed that 500 pips that was not highly probable. But right now I'm taking 500 pips. That is very probable because I understand the structure before and I know what to expect in the next structure. Okay, so I miss 600 pips and I get 500 pips. Big deal. I've made my money. Okay, so we are still expecting that EUR CAD will go take that 1.6, is it 1.62 area? Let's look at it. It looks very far, but 161. And on Friday, actually took another trade. So it's not only one trade that I've been running on this one, because on Friday, another 250 pips on Friday alone. We go 1 hour, so you can see what happened on Friday. A very big move on Friday. Here's the 1 hour. If you look here, you see here, you had this correction here. And check how many pips that this thing moved on Friday alone, because you understand the trend. So it's the 500 pips that we've been trading from right at the bottom, plus this 230 pips. So 2 trades we're running here already, right? So why did I take some more here? Because here we had 1, 2, 3 expanding flat. And after expanding flat, we know that the move should carry on. So this is what happens when you understand the trend. You don't panic. You keep taking the trades. You could even have added here because the momentum was very strong. Are we reversing here? I don't think so. I think we're still going to make another correction and we're still going to go for that 162. We may just have to get a deeper one. We may have to get a deeper one for it to take us there, because you can see here we get a deeper one, and it will take us there. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this move. Okay. All right. So that's EUR CAD. So now let's do Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is get 4 hour. Okay, so if you remember Bitcoin, let's take this off. Bitcoin, we've got a blue box. We projected it on the blue box. This reversal move was we projected on the blue box. I showed you how we traded this one, even before it got to that level. Okay, my mouse is stuck again, but I'm not gonna refresh now. We had this 1, 2, 3 wave move down. Okay, you can see that it's in the blue box, reversed in the blue box. We can't discuss the blue box here. This is for the premium group. So it was a WXY move, 3 waves, right on the 6,000, around 6,000. That's what we're anticipating the reversal. And from here, now I'm going to switch everything off. Bitcoin is now giving us a clear structure. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, that's not correct here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no, that's also not correct. I was looking at it as a 1, it's a 2. And then from there, I'm looking at this as a 1, 2. Not confuse you. This cannot be a wave 4. I was looking at this as an ABC. But it looks like this is going to be the move. Right. So erase this. So this will be 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, clear, like that. 3, 4. So which means we're getting this one as a wave 4. We're going to get another move as a 5. That's how we're looking at this one. And you'll see that within the 3, you've got 1, 2. This was the one that I was trying to get right. This 1, 2, 3 internally. Okay, you can see that's 1, 2, 3. If you're labeling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C on this piece. and this whole one will be a wave 4. All right, so if we're coming down. So let's look at on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, let's look if we're getting that down move for the regular flat. Okay, looks like we are getting it. So if you look here, we're getting a correction there. Getting a correction. Okay, then we're looking for that level. Okay, let's keep an eye on that one. But this may still do this, because I can see here it did not take this level. You need to see if it's not going to come do this first before it comes down. Okay, it's not going impulsively, very impulsively. Yeah, so we need to see if it's not going to do this. But otherwise, if this, you can see it's making a flag right now. It's making this flag. It's very small. So we need, if it makes that flag, you take it. If it reverses, it's going to take it out on break even. Okay, so that's how the two possibilities that you anticipate, either that come down for an up, or pull back 3 for further move to come retest that before it comes down here. That's Bitcoin. Litecoin. So Litecoin, not too different from Bitcoin, but you can clearly see that you've got, similar to Bitcoin, a WXY move here, and now here you're getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're getting an A, B, and then this B looks like it's getting complex. It may do this, do that. It may be complex, so you need to see how that one plays out, and that move before we go up. Let's pull it back there. So that B looks a little bit complex. If I just put on the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, complex B, C, before we start the move up. Okay? All right. All right, so that's Litecoin. Okay, so the video today is a little bit long, but it doesn't matter because you can only just go to the specific charts that you're interested in. Ethereum. Ethereum, you can see that they all start with that 3-wave structure, but this one has got a 3-wave pullback, and now we're getting another one. 1, 2, but this one looks like it's going to give one more up before we get this one to the downside, and then we're going to look for this move to the upside. Okay, so for now, look for upside on this one up to this level. Okay, that's Ethereum. Let's look at what else is nice. Next is Ripple. All right, so Ripple. This one had a sharp 3-wave pullback. That's 1, 2, 3. Correction. 1, 2. That's 1, 2, 3. Pullback and another 1, 2, 3. WXY. Now you're getting a 3-wave pullback. 1, 2, 3. Actually, not like that. This one is a 1, 2, 3 like that. And now it looks like we're getting this 1, 2, 3. It looks like it has made this regular flat here. So we need to see what happens here. This can actually break either side. So you need to wait for the break to the for either side here. Okay. This one you need to wait. Okay. Ripple is not very clear at this stage. It can break either way. Can break up, can break down. Okay, so that's all the cryptocurrencies. Those who like to trade indices, again, I'll just do S&P 500 and the DAX, and then we are done. And then you make money in the week. S&P 500. Right, so we've got our parabolic move right from the bottom. Now we're getting this And you see that this move now starts with 5 waves down. This correction starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we getting now? We're getting, it looks like it's another 5 waves up. So if it's another 5 waves up here, we'll be looking for this to correct somehow. Maybe do this, do this. So many things can still happen here before we resume with a big move to the upside. But closest to where we are is an impulsive move up. So you want to trade this one to the upside. If it corrects up to this level. Okay, next week we'll update. If we get to this level, then we'll see if we come down here to that level. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna keep updating because the market keeps unfolding, and when it unfolds, it gives us clues. But we know that we are in a sideways correction right now, and it's gonna be for a while. Okay, that's S&P. DAX will be similar. Let's get DAX here. Where is the DAX? I'm looking for DAX, Dutch 30. There we go. So this one, we'll look at the 4-hour. Okay, so DAX, impulsive move. Actually, this move actually ends here because you can see that this is where it stops. The swing high starts, ends there. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move pullback. You can see the S&P has already started pulling back in 5 waves. So this one is slow, looks like it's lagging behind. So we may get an impulse back on the DAX. It may not go that deep. So we need to see if we get an impulse on the DAX to the upside to correct all of this move. Okay, that's what you need to do. Impulse and the pullback. All right, so that concludes all the pairs that I wanted to look at this morning. Good luck for the market ahead. I'm going to stop YouTube and I'm going to stop the recording as well. If you've got any questions, you can stay on and ask any questions. My contact details are at the end on the outro. You can check them out there. Thank you very much for attending. See you next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.